going to try and give everybody an idea where Leadbetter Point is. This is Washington State. We're going to scroll into the peninsula. This is our peninsula here. This is on Google Earth. This is the end of our peninsula. And now hopefully I'm going to show you where Grassy Island is and where we were just at. This is the end of the peninsula. This is, I drove around the end of the peninsula. If you see that little finger, right here, I actually drove out in this spit right here and almost onto this other little sandbar right here. When they finally explained to me that they were actually stuck, I drove back around here and drove down around this bay. I'm going to scroll down here where the bay is at. I drove down around the bay, and this is called Grassy Island right here. They drove around Grassy Island, drove around here, and they were over almost to this slough right in here. Actually, I take it back. I drove around here and up around here, and we were actually buried right in that spot right there on the backside of Grassy. So that's where we were at. And there again, there's the peninsula, and there's Washington State. Down here, down on this side here is Oregon, and then of course this is a peninsula, and this is all Washington State up here. Well, I'm back at Leadbetter Point Sunday night. I got a call from one of our locals. He drove around the end and buried his truck. I'm trying to find his tracks. I want to try and stay in his tracks if I can find them. He said he went clear around the end. And tracks, that kind of scares me because I always make the comment, you don't want to be making the last set of tracks at Leadbetter Point. And right now, without finding his tracks, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm making the last set of tracks. I'll get my hub locked in and start to search around and see if I can't find his tracks. Tracks in it. And he said he only went about 100 feet after it got soft on him, so as long as I follow his tracks, I should be okay. I see it's a little bit soft right there, but as long as I stay down, it's pretty hard. There's a lot of tracks up here right now, so obviously more than for a dodge, but see, we're going out on this little spit, and this is where it gets kind of tricky. This is a lot of water right here when the tide comes in. This is probably 8 to 10 feet of water when the tide comes in. And I don't see him. It's getting soft right there. I'm going to start cutting across. I don't know. Where he's at, but I don't like being down low like that if I get in a problem. But where is he? I should be seeing lights or something up here. I'm going to call him on the phone and see if I can't raise him. He should be able to see my lights by now. Okay, I found his tracks. I had to cut, I was to clear out in the spit probably a quarter mile out in the bay, and he said he was on Grassy, so I cut back almost a quarter mile back and just started driving the grass line, and I did find his track. I don't know if you can see a darn thing out here, but I have found his tracks. Just gotta follow them around, I guess, all I can do. Well, we got him winched out, and we're gonna. I want to look at your ruts up here real quick, like. Yeah, there you go. There's the hole he was in, and it was a pretty nasty little hole.
And there's a layer of mud, and I went through it.
Oh shit! Listen. See,
Well,
that's a mud shelf right there.
Look where you would have ended up.
Well, I was going to go that way.
That's even worse. I'm going to follow Rob back off of Leadbetter. At one spot where I lost his tracks, I'm hoping it's a better place to go because I was out in the spit, didn't know where I was at, and it was a little bit spooky. I'll be up here in a minute. I'll be on some good solid sand. I'll put it back in two-wheel drive and let it cool off. Much better. We're in two-wheel drive. We're heading off Leadbetter Point. I feel a lot better. I can start breathing a little easier. Well, I've been sneaking up here trying to find Rob. I've gone almost a mile south. I'm going right along the bay shore. I'm heading southbound towards Grassy Island. He says he's on the south side of Grassy. I still got, it looks like, another half a mile to go to get to the south side of Grassy. And this is all underwater when the tide comes in, so I'm just hoping that nothing goes wrong. Because if anything goes wrong, I'm in deep trouble here. This is a horrible place to be with the tide coming in. We got maybe, I got 3.5, 4 hours maybe to work with, and that's it. And then this is all going to be underwater. I'm still another, I can't even see Grassy yet. I don't know how much further I've got to go, but I'm betting I've got another at least quarter to half a mile to go, and he says it on the backside of Grassy. When we get up there, we'll find trees falling down and a real mess. Well, I tell you, my mouth is getting dry. This is a real spooky place to be. This is the first time I've had this truck this far around Leadbetter. I came up here probably 3 years ago, but not this time of night. It was broad daylight. Nighttime, it's a whole different story. You can't see what you're getting into. I know it's low water right now, so I got about 3 or 4 hours before this is all underwater. You can see the grass on my right. The water will be right up against that grass at high water, probably 1.5 to 2 feet high. So I would lose my truck if anything breaks down right now. And looking at it, it looks like I still got another half a mile to go to get to him. I've been headed south now for over probably half, 3/4 of a mile, and I still got another half a mile to go. I'm getting a real dry mouth, and I'm getting very nervous about being up here. Kind of a little bit harder stand to drive on down here where his tracks are at, but this is also 5 feet of water where his tracks are at, so if anything goes wrong, I'll be underwater. I'm just now coming on Grassy. He told me once I get to Grassy, I'll start seeing a bunch of trees that are falling over. I have to go around the trees. There's an old scow that didn't make it off Leadbetter Point right there. Just about there. We're going by the downed trees he was telling me about. You probably can't see them. Got a whole bunch of downed trees. The beach is washed away. I just hope he's not out in the ghost shrimp beds. If he is, it's all over with. I got about the worst case of cotton mouth I think I've ever had. My mouth is bone dry. I am not liking being up here. I'm almost 2 miles south of Leadbetter Point on the bay, and I'm actually circling around the end of Grassy Island. And I've only been up here maybe twice with a wrecker in the last 37 years. Both times we were successful getting the rigs out, but both times it was broad daylight. This is the first time I've been up here at night, so it's got me a little nervous. I don't have a lot of room to negotiate if anything goes wrong. So if you can see all these downed trees, we are now on the south side of Grassy, and we're starting to actually turn around the south end, and we're starting to head west again. And he said he just started to go west, so I'm hoping we're going to run into him in just a minute here. He said he's high centered on something. I don't know what he's high centered on. Probably went down in that ditch. There's a whole bunch of sloughs up here, and you get into sloughs and you get in trouble real quick. Get back down here a little lower. I think I just saw his lights around this next bend right here. I'm gonna have to put it back in four-wheel drive. It's getting soft again. I had about a quarter of a mile there where I could run in two-wheel drive. I can see some lights up over the dunes, a flash going on. That's probably him. I ran in two-wheel drive trying to cool the engine off. It's getting a little warm. There he is, right over there. I see his light flashed in the wind there. This is all soft right here. Hey Rob, you look a little lonely over there. What? Are you happy to see me? Now you realize this will be on YouTube. You know what gets me? Rob, what I don't get is how come you turned around 2 or 3 times? Why do you keep going back? I saw tracks where you stopped and backed up a little bit. Nothing ventured. Okay, well I'm almost there. We'll get you winched out. Bye-bye. Rob says he's a happy camper. He, holy crap, he really got into soup there. Man, oh man. Okay, well there he is. Oh. I'm telling you, I got the worst case of cotton mouth I've ever had in my life. I was nervous coming up here. Holy shit. I'm going to get turned around. We'll just winch you backward. I'll kind of winch you sideways, but as we go, just put low range reverse and back up.
I'm on the frame. I'm on the frame right now. I almost had it out, got greedy and spun the wheels. I got a little bit chain come along and I dug a deadhead in and I was...
Well, what I'm going to do,
an inch at a time.
When I put a little winch on you, cut your wheels hard left.
Okay.
And just ease on it. And I don't want, if I pull hard sideways, you can pop the bead up. So I'm just going to put a little bit of pull on you, and you just start backing up, and we'll get it.
All right.
I got cotton mouth, man. So if you can see, I don't know if you can see these tracks. Probably not. It's too dark out here. There's some tracks right there. We're sinking all this stuff.